Good morning. It is Tuesday. Had a wheel bearing go out on that. You see the new cap. Got that fixed this morning. Yesterday was like 93 degrees. Didn't do much. Today's supposed to be hot and humid too, so who knows. I'm gonna get in her and go cut some wood roads out around some cornfields, stuff like that. Just tinker for a little while. The header, me and Miss Eastern Shore Farmer will be up Chestertown tonight. I think from 5 to 8 at Temple Rhodes' farm. He's having an ag extreme day and invited us up. So we will be there today, and then tomorrow Agricult has a field day in Denton, Maryland. So we got invited to that, so we're going to that too. But looking forward to meeting Chad Henderson, Temple Rhodes tonight. It's up at Chestnut Manor, up at Temple Farm. And it's about 2 hours away, hour and 45 minutes away. He's up in Maryland. So go see him. And Matt Miles won't be there. I like to have met him too, but he's not going to be there. So he's cutting corn in Arkansas right now. And I think they till about 12,000 acres. So I think he's got three or four combines rolling through corn right now. So them boys are busy down there. All right, good morning. I am at our Agricult Beans, 120 acres of them. Figure I'd walk out here just to see, and I despise walking in beans too. Just because I don't want to be stepping on them. We are in a little drought right now. Come on, damn it. But these are thick. All right, these are your 4.6s. As you can see, they're pretty tall. Let's see what the pods. Let me spin it around here. As you can see, there's beans all the way down to the ground. I mean, these pods are full all the way, well, just about to the very top of the plant. Bunch of 3s, they still got a ways to go. I like to see some 4s and 5s, that'd be sweet. But the beans are definitely a lot fatter down here. So they'll only get better as we get some rain, or calling for rain this weekend later. But good looking beans. These are 4.6s, I got 4.4s in the back. But as you can see, tall, pretty tall. Thick too. I think they get taller the further out you go. I'm right here by the end though. As you can see, they start going down. I don't know who this is. I had the hunters come down. They talked to me for a little while. They said they'd never seen, they'd been here. One guy said he'd been here 40 years hunting, and he's never seen a crop that looks like this on this farm, how good it looks. So that's pretty good to say. It make you feel a lot better. Of course, this is our first year of farming it. But and then we had the owner call us the other day and say the same thing, that he'd never seen the farm look so good. Of course, we brought the excavator over here and we cleaned everything up and planted some beans. So I don't know if we're gonna put corn here this year or next year or wheat after these beans, but we'll do something. I'd love to put vetch on this whole farm because it's kind of good ground, but it's got just a little bit of sand in it too. But it is good ground. It grows good crops. But I think vetch will grow real good here, and put corn in it. My dad's not interested in vetch. He said he don't like how the planter goes through it, but I think that's because it was our first year. I mean, if you look at the corn that's in the vetch, it blows you away. I mean, you would think that would change his whole outlook, but as you can see, the beans in the background, good looking. But yeah, the vetch is the way to go. I like to even do a little bit of vetch and put some beans in it and see how they work in there. So just like everything else, I mean, beans, they make their own nitrogen, but it don't hurt to give them a little boost. See what they can do. But everything looks good here. We do need some rain. We've gotten to the point where that's what me and the hunters were just talking about. Like, it was raining every day, which was great. It wasn't flood rains. It was just enough rain. It kept everything going good. And the beans, I mean, the corn's pretty much done, you know, it's done. We've got rain for that. But the beans are, beans need it. The wheat beans need it pretty bad. These beans right here need it too, but the wheat beans need it worse. But let's get out here and check some of these beans out. These are the 4.4s back here, I think. I'd have to look at my map, but I'm pretty sure they are. Get out here a little bit, check them out. These are definitely taller. Holy crap. Holy crapola. This is, I'll show you, look at this. These beans are right here. And we saw these in a test plot last year up in Preston, and how good they looked. And we've never dealt with Agrigold, but this is why we wanted them. But I'll show you. All right, now here I am. Well, I guess you can't see me. Them beans are all the way to the top. I mean, these things are, I don't know, 4.5 foot tall beans. Let's see what the, and this is live, it ain't me on my knees, but it's beans from top all the way down. Look at that. Bunches of them. Yeah, so I'd say Agricult beans 4.4s are pretty tall. Anyway, I'm at the back of the farm now, and they still look damn good. I'm just gonna show you the edge here. But this is me standing here. That's how tall they are right here. And they are full of pods to the top and all the way down. Now I do have some sandy spots here that, I mean, there's beans here, but you can see where it's kind of hurt it. This is sandy. You can see the white sand right in there, but there's still beans here. We got enough rain that it actually helped. This did produce something. So this right here is at least going to be something versus nothing on sometimes, but then it goes out to the better ground. You can see the little sand thing here through the house. Now we actually V-ripped this field back here, so I'm going to drive back this little, I don't know, 8-acre field or whatever it is and see what it looks like. See a couple little sandier spots. That'll kill the overall, but honestly, there's still quite a good, really good beans there in the sand because, like I said, of the rain we've actually had. So we're actually going to get something. Something's better than nothing. Now this field right here was ripped, and look how tall this stuff right here is. I don't know if it makes a difference or not. But in the ripped soybeans, if you look right here at the top, there is a 4 bean, 1, 2, 3, 4, with a whole bunch of other beans up there. So maybe that did help. Look at all them pods. Oh my goodness, look at all those pods there. Let's walk out on my sprayer track. I mean, look at just pods. These are definitely getting bought next year. These beans, damn leaves get out of the way. And all them pods all the way down. I came in here to actually spray this field for grass and weeds, and I made it in where we ripped it. And I made it in, and the sprayer started sinking. So I turned around and came right back out. But, I mean, there's no grass or weeds in here, so. But these are some pretty beans, Pods are, I mean, good. I've never seen pods like that on our beans. Of course, we've been planting Plenish the last several years and really been disgusted with them. So, A little bit taller in some spots, but this is probably what the height level is. Then you get over here, they're taller. I mean, they're probably taller the further out I go, but I despise walking in a field. I don't know what's underneath all these green things, so I don't fool with it. But it's easy to walk on a sprayer track, plus it's early in the morning, I'm all get wet. But, man, I'm really tickled. Tickled with our corn and our beans this year. I mean, it's good to have a good year. Hopefully everything holds up. We will be going on vacation next week to Deep Creek. We're going to do our annual Deep Creek trip. Well, I got her all washed up, cleaned up. Gonna adjust that chain. I think everything else is ready to go though. Got the header all rebuilt. She'd been sitting in the shop so long, dusty, so gave her a bath. Might throw a coat of wax on her, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what she does. Probably be starting week and a half, 2 weeks. So figured I'd get her cleaned up, get her shined up for the first little picture of when she gets going. Back her back in here. I might wax her, tinker with it a little bit, get the size done at least or something. So I'm gonna clean the shop up from where we were doing all the work, get that done. Let her drip dry over there. Well, I pulled some Augusta corn. That's 18 around. That's good looking ear. That's seed consultant different places. But I think it's, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18 around. So that is, I broke it in half so you could see. I mean, that is big kernels too. Big kernels. It looks good. And it was filled to the pretty much the tip. Big cob, big kernels. That looks good. It's 115 day. Here's what one looks like. Just got a fraction of a tip back, not much. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 26, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 1, 2, 3, 18 by 43. And it's heavy. It's a big damn ear. I'm gonna check the moisture here in a second. See what it does. All right, let's check the moisture on it. Got the old tester. It's 115 day Augusta. Let's make sure the batteries are in this thing, right? Starting to get a little drizzle out here. They're calling for rain today, which we haven't had any in forever. Corn. Let's see if we can shuck it. It's still way too wet, but just to give me an idea. I'd say it's probably 30, 28, 30. It's not coming off terribly hard though. All right, let's see. right, let's see what it does. 33%. So 33.4. So she's still got a little while to go. She's still got a little while. If I had my own grain tanks, when it got about 23, 24, I'd start cutting. You definitely gain yield cutting it wetter. Actually, the highest I've ever gained is when I've cut it at 26. And I tell you, man, the bushels was just there. We pulled out, went back in the same farm, and we've lost 100 bushels letting it dry down to 17%. I know a lot of people don't think so, but it does. But, you know, anyway. All right, these beans are right here. And we saw these in a test plot last year up in Preston, and how good they looked. And we've never dealt with Agrigold, but this is why we wanted them. But I'll show you. All right, now here I am. Well, I guess you can't see me. Them beans are all the way to the top. I mean, these things are, I don't know, 4.5 foot tall beans. Let's see what the, and this is live, it ain't me on my knees, but it's beans from top all the way down. Look at that. Good morning. I gotta put the 3-point back on her, put her pin in, and then her, I gotta put her hammer strap on because they're delivering our new Turbo Max, or whatever you call it. So I gotta hook her up to our old one, and then she's gonna back. That don't have nothing to do with the 3-point, but I want the 3-point on just in case we decide to rip with her later. That way, before the thing's hooked up, we can get to it and hook it back up. She's gonna be pulling the new one because we got the big girl hooked up to the big disc. So she's gonna pull the new Turbo Max. So I want her to pull. They're gonna bring it up on the low boy, so she's gonna pull it off instead of having to unhook it and everything. We're gonna hook her up to the old one and back it on there after she pulls it off. So I'm doing some equipment. I gotta put the sprayer in, get all the hitches and 3-points on these tractors before something gets hooked up to them. And because I'm gonna be on vacation next week, so I know my dad and my brother ain't gonna do it. So I want to get all this stuff done so I don't have to worry about it while we're going. It's all taken care of. So that's what the process today is. Then when I get back, I got to spray beans. So just letting them go a little bit longer before I got to spray more. I've been spraying them a little bit here and there, just spot spraying certain fields. But when I get back, I'll probably have to really dive into these the wheat beans. I wanted to rain. They're talking about rain this weekend. So I'm hoping it rains this weekend. So, and then when I get back, I don't want, you know, it hadn't rained on them in a while. I don't want to stress them any more than I got to. So that's kind of why I'm waiting for a rain. So when I get back, that's going to be the job. Spraying some beans and then getting ready. Once I get that done, the sprayer pretty much be done for the year, and that way I can wash her, winterize her, put her away, and just focus on corn harvest and getting her wheat in. But yeah, that's what's going on today. We need some more. We need another big barn. We got barns filled up everywhere. Just need one more big. I'd like to build a big barn, like 100 by 100 at my house. And I would actually keep the tractors there in the wintertime. I could go right outside, tinker with them, clean them, polish them. That's what the plan is anyway. One day, that's what the plan is. But we'll see.
Yeah. She ran around 33. They're not intentional.
She's drinking.
Putting the guy.
Heaven help everybody.
At the same time. Okay? So, you don't believe it? Okay.
Well, we had two big storms just come through and dropped a ton of rain. No wind damage or anything. Corn's still looking good, but it's pretty much done. This rain helped put probably a little bit of more weight on, but it really got everything wet everywhere. I'm up on the balcony. So, but another thing, we went to Agrigolds Field Day last night, me and Miss Eastern Shore Farmer, or Miss Eastern Shore Farmer and myself. It was pretty good. Doug and some other guys I met, first time meeting them. It was a good job. Their family did a good job hosting it. Food, crabs. They actually did, they got pictures of, they planted corn. They planted a section at 2.5 inches, and then right beside it they did 3.5 inches. And the 3.5 inches, from the time it came up, it grew taller, grew better. The ears are better, yields higher, it looks like. And then they did 2 inches, and then they did 3 inches, and the 3 inches actually looks better than the 2 inches. So I don't know whoever came up with a term, you want to plant your corn at just 2 inches, but the way it looked from my eyes, 3 and 3.5 inches was actually better. It made the crop look healthier and better than before, than the 2 or 2.5 inch. And it's not from, you know, a dry year and it got planted deeper so the roots were down further to get water, because we've had, since we've all planted corn in this area, we've had rain at least twice a week, you know, like every other day. Even if it wasn't a huge rain, and it's raining now still, but even if it wasn't a huge rain, it was just nice showers that keeps everything going pretty. So might have to do a couple, one way down 2, one way up 2.5, one way down 3, one way back up 3.5 next year, and just see what it looks like on our ground, because a little bit deeper you went, the better the crop looked and the ear looked. So it might be because all the nutrients are just saturated in the deeper in the ground, and the roots were finally hitting them from the previous years. But it looked good to me, so it might be something to try. Just thought I'd throw it out there. But you know, Agrigold, that was Agrigold soybeans too, and their soybeans look good. I mean, really good. So we'll see. So it's good because we were getting dry on our wheat beans, and we hadn't had rain in like 2 or 3. Let's see. Got the cat in the bag. Got the cat in the bag. So we hadn't had rain in 2 or 3 weeks on our wheat beans, and the sand hills, you could tell, were starting to get a little bad. So this nice big rain, we had a little rain yesterday, and then we had 2 big rains today, and this ought to carry them for a little while, but it's pretty good that we got it. I'm glad we got it. This should fill out the pods of the beans and the pods and the long season beans. You wouldn't believe how much hate I got on that. I put it on TikTok, the video, the short that I did, just showing everybody what the Agricult beans look like. We never planted them, and you know, they're tall, and oh my God, I got 50,000 views. I can get 50,000 views on TikTok. I can't get any views on YouTube. But anyway, TikTok, in TikTok I got like 37,000 subscribers. Can't get any subscribers on here. But anyway, I did but I appreciate all the ones that do watch. We did the haters. Oh my God, it's all farmers, you know, that hated on me, saying your tall beans ain't gonna amount to crap, and tall beans are stupid, and there's no pods on them, blah, blah. I mean, that's all I heard. And they're from farmers. You know, that's the problem in this world. Not a single farmer can stick together and say, hey, man, them beans look pretty good. You know, they look pretty good. They did a good job. Hopefully they'll yield high for you. No, they're all like, they're not going to yield. You're shitty farmer. They're horrible. And, you know, I don't live out in the Midwest where I got 6 foot of topsoil. I live on the eastern shore of Maryland where it's nothing but sand. You know, we might have, 2 inches of topsoil and then sand and then clay. So we're doing the best we can. And for non-irrigated, I'm pretty proud of what we do. We do pretty good on our crops. Even in a bad year, we seem to make them halfway decent, But this year we've gotten rain. Everything looks good. And the beans look good to me. I mean, I farm for myself. I don't farm for all these other farmers that are on TikTok giving me a bunch of crap saying how crappy our crops look. I think when you can get beans, a lot of people don't like tall beans, but when you have a draper, tall beans are pretty easy to cut. And they're full. If you look at the video, they're full from the bottom to the top. I mean, all the way up to here they got pods. So everybody keeps telling me, well, a shorter bean will yield more. Well, how in the hell does a shorter bean that's 2 foot tall yield more than a 5 foot tall plant when I got twice as many pods on them? Just because they're tall doesn't mean they don't have pods on them. If you look at the video, I mean, you can't even see a bare spot. There's so many damn pods on them. And yes, we have short beans too that got pods on them. But if I got 3 more foot of growth and it's got the same number of pods from the ground to 2 foot as somebody else's 2 foot beans, and then I still got 3 more foot of beans pods, then I'd say that's pretty good. There was 74 pods on them when we counted them. So I don't know, is 174 pods good for 5 foot beans, 4 foot beans? I guess it is. I don't know. Some of them probably had 200. Some of them might only had 150. So I'm pretty tickled with what I saw. So I don't know. But everybody's got to hate on you. I can never just say, hey, you did a good job. And no farmer sick. That's what I'm talking about. All farmers try to screw each other over to get your land and hope you have a bad crop. It's just the way the world is now. And that's why the world is the way it is now, because nobody can. That's why the government and everybody else rolls over on us, because we can't stand together. Everybody's divided. Even when farmers are divided, we're pretty much done. So anyway, I'm just showing you the rain. I'm just showing you what I do, planting, farming. If you don't like it, don't watch, don't subscribe. I'm doing what everybody else is doing. So, I'm just doing it my way. They're doing it their way. I'm doing it my way. I don't know. Oh well. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. See you later.